is emotion makes you think right now. Strategy makes you think about the future. Go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be talking about moving with strategy and not with emotion. Now take out your pen and take out your papers. It's time to listen because I'm about to drop some gems. If you want to move forward in your life, you're going to have to put your emotions on the back seat. And I'm going to tell you why. Emotions will always play against you. Emotions are not necessary. That's why they're called emotions, meaning motion, meaning they are moving along, okay? You need to start thinking with strategy. Every single situation that comes to the surface of your life, I want you to go down the strategic route. And this is something that I train women on all the time because I had to train myself. And that's part of self-mastery. Ladies, you guys are too emotional. You're too emotional. You can't get things done because you're too emotional, babes. We gotta get rid of that and we gotta stay focused on the course. We need strategy. Every single situation that you're going through, this is what I want you to do. I want you to be like, okay, let's get our emotions out. Let's get the anger out. Let's get the sadness out. If you gotta punch a pillow, get it out. And then after it's out, I want you to sit down and I want you to say, okay, non-emotional standpoint, outside looking in. Put on your judge robe. How would I deal with this situation if I removed all emotions? What would be the best answer to this? That is how I want you ladies, specifically if you're single and in the dating world, you do not need to be dating men with all that emotion, babe, because they will play your emotions against you. Okay? People will play your emotions against you. Learn to be someone who's not easily triggered. And that's coming from me, sweetie. In the past, anything could trigger me. Like anything, I would just get triggered. Now, baby, I'm chilling. I'm not gonna be triggered. I don't care. It's a vibe. It's a bop in my life right now. I'm having a good time. I'm not gonna have nothing trigger me or take me off my pedestal. And I feel like you guys have to have that exact same approach. When you keep approaching your life with an emotional standpoint, you'll never win. Because what emotion does is emotion makes you think right now. Strategy makes you think about the future, right? So emotion makes you think this is how you react in this moment. This is what you do right now. You're feeling sad right now. This is what I want you to do. You're feeling angry now. This is what I want you to do. But emotion doesn't make you think, okay, you can do this right now. But tomorrow, what's going to be the effect of this? You can react this way to this person right now. But what is going to be the effect of this reaction tomorrow or the day after or the day after, right? So what strategy does is strategy says, okay, you feel sad. Let's feel sad for the next 3 minutes. Let's let it seep in. Let's fill it out. You feel angry, okay? Let's fill it out. But strategy says, all right, we got that down pack. Cool. How do we handle this? How do we strategically handle this situation to ensure that it works for our good? That's what strategy says. So when you move with strategy and you're not moving with emotion and you're using strategy, okay? Strategy is solution-based. Emotion is problem-based. Let me say that one more time. Strategy is solution-based. Emotion is problem-based. So when you're always in your emotion, you're always focused on the problem. And when you're always focused on the problem, you're not reacting correctly. But when you are strategically based, you're focused on the solution. Everything you're thinking about is, how do I fix this? So what do you think is more constructive in your life? Being focused on the problem or being focused on the solution? We have only two options. I will tell you this. I had a situation happen to me a couple of days ago where somebody crossed the boundary, okay? And you guys know how I am about my boundaries. I don't play about my boundaries because boundaries are to protect myself and to ensure that I have a wonderful life experience. So I refuse to bend my boundaries for anybody. So anyways, long story short, 2 weeks ago, not necessarily like they were being rude or disrespectful. I just feel like they act something that I felt like was a little bit inappropriate. It's like if someone comes to your house and they're like, oh, why is your man having a sandwich? You don't cook for your man? Like, you see how that's a little bit like inappropriate? But someone did something similar like this to me, but it had nothing to do with men. It's just a question that they asked me, or something that they implied to me was extremely inappropriate. Now, the emotional version of myself would be like, how dare you? How dare you? Don't send me that. You're so disrespectful. La, 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 la. And my reaction was, okay. No, that won't work for me, but thanks for asking. And I didn't give any emotion to it. And if I gave emotion to that thing, that opportunity that I had would have been lost. If I didn't control my emotion in that moment and I spazzed out on that person, it would have gotten back to someone who's of higher power, and I would have lost that opportunity. So sometimes things will come to the surface in your life where those things will demand that you either move out of strategy or you move out of emotion. And a lot of you ladies are too emotional. And until a woman masters her emotions, she won't be able to master anything else in her life. Because as women, we're emotional. We're constantly emotional. We live, breathe, and eat emotion as women. But what separates a woman who gets an accomplishment and a woman who doesn't? Emotion. I think that being emotional, in my opinion, is how men take advantage of you. I think it's how people take advantage of you. I think that people rely on you to be emotional in order for them to get what they want out of the deal. They rely on you to react. It's kind of like they play you as a puppet. But as a woman, when you move with strategy in all areas, especially in dating, honey, if you are dating men in 2024, you got to have a very strategic hat on, and you need to know exactly what you're doing, because if you don't, they're going to eat you alive. Okay? Know what you want. What do I want out of this deal? What is my end goal? As a woman, you always have to have some type of goal. You always have to have some type of, what is the prize for you? And every action and decision that you make has to be based on that goal. What are you trying to get out of the deal? Whatever situation that is, what do you have to do to get what you want out of the deal? If women learned how to think that way, because men move with strategy. That's why they get what they want. That's why they can have 6 women in rotation at the same time and get all 6 women to fall for them, because men know how to use strategy. Now, I'm nowhere near saying that people should be polygamous, people should cheat, people should play people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that men know how to use strategy. That's why they get farther. If women knew how to be more strategic, we would get more far. So, anytime something triggers you, if anything triggers you within this week, I hope it doesn't, but if it does, I want you to remember this video and think about, what did your level up guru say? What did that video say? Am I going to be emotional about this? Or am I going to be strategic about this? Because honestly, I'm always going to use strategy. I don't use emotion anymore. My emotions are on mute. I turn them on when necessary, and it has to be drastic. Other than that, I'm always going to use strategy to get what I want. I'm never going to allow my emotions to get in the way of my wants and needs. Now, of course, I'll have times where I'll slip up and I catch myself and I'm like, wait, girl, you're using emotion right now. You're not using strategy right now. Emotion says do this. Strategy says do that. Honey, I'm going to use strategy because I want to win. I play to win. And I want you ladies to start doing the same. You play to win. We don't play to lose. It's chess, not checkers, okay? We play to win. And if you're playing to win, stop using emotion and start using strategy. I love you guys. And also, just to let you guys know, my podcast will be launching. Just to let you guys know, my podcast will be launching this Friday on Spotify. So now you get to listen to your girl on Spotify as you're driving to work. My podcast will be launching this Friday the 5th. I love you guys, and keep up for more content. And please follow all the links below to keep up with everything that I have. Love y'all.